Welcome to CoreCon Today for August 31st, 2019. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of CoreCon right now, give you my opinion on them. If you want to learn more about these stories, in the show notes down below I'll put a link to each story in the order I talk about them, so you can read about them for yourself, come up with your own opinions, leave us a comment. We love to hear from you. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. I really do appreciate it because it helps us by letting YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV. Well, since it's a holiday with Labor Day here in the United States, we have a special giveaway going on. We partnered with Silicon Desk, the makers of the HD Home Run, to give away an HD Home Run Scribe Quattro 4-tuner over-the-air DVR. One of the cool new features is the HD Home Run now supports Roku natively. They have a Roku channel here to DVR and watch live TV. So we're also throwing in a Roku Ultra and a $100 Netflix gift card. So if you want to enter this giveaway, link in the show notes down below. You have to enter through the block in that post. There's multiple ways to do it, like follow HD Home Run on Twitter or Facebook, leave a comment on our post, sign up for our newsletters, and more. The more you do, the more chances you have to enter to win. So make sure you check that out. Link in the show notes down below. You don't have to do all of them, but the more you do, the more chances you get to win. So check that out. Also, don't forget that Roku is having a sale on the Stick and Stick Plus. This is a great deal. Right now, $10 off, limited time offer. But if you can, spend the extra $10, get the Roku Stick Plus. It's just $10 more. It includes 4K HDR. Even if your TV is just HD, it will work fine there. But it's a far better processor, far better Wi-Fi. It's a better streaming device. So check that out. If you want to, use the links in the show notes to support CoreCar's news. We would appreciate it. All right, let's get into the news of the day. Amazon, new home internet. We have an update on it. Not a lot of news. Amazon has announced plans to sell high-speed internet from space through what they call low Earth orbit satellites by launching thousands of satellites into very low Earth orbit, far lower than existing internet-based satellites, because current ones are high up in space, which limits their bandwidth and all kinds of stuff. These satellites will be a network of very small satellites, very close to the ground, that will offer much better latency, much better speeds, much better capacity. Amazon's not alone in offering this high-speed internet, but it does. SpaceX has already launched them, but it's Amazon, and Amazon, they're a 500-pound gorilla in any room they walk into, and now they've joined. To push this, they've joined the Satellite Industry Association. This has been around a very long time. It's a group of companies who manage satellites in space that work together to promote satellite regulation and satellite causes, plus work together to make sure that they're properly managing all the satellites in space. Now, Amazon's joining as an executive member, so they're already a 500-pound gorilla in the room. And it's probably part of their effort to try to help get the FCC approval. SpaceX already has FCC approval. Amazon is still waiting for their approval. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Amazon CEO has said that they intend to offer very affordable high-speed internet for all, especially people in rural areas. The cool thing about these services is, while it may help Americans and bring one more option, especially if you live in a rural part of America, this is worldwide internet, where people in Africa and Europe and Central America, maybe parts of the world where there isn't good internet out there, now we'll be able to get Amazon's high-speed internet or SpaceX internet. For example, when this hurricane that's reportedly heading towards Florida right now hits this weekend, if it happens as it predicted, it's probably going to knock out power, probably going to knock out communications. Low Earth orbit satellites, once that storm goes by, will be able to offer communications to first responders and other people on the ground dealing with the aftermath of a hurricane here in the United States. So this is really cool, good news. I hope both SpaceX, Amazon, and others like Blue Origin are very successful in doing this. I think it was Blue Origin, it was the other one. Don't quote me on that. But I hope they're successful. I hope they have the ability to go out there and make this a reality. SpaceX is launching satellites right now. They have about 50 working in space testing, with the goal of trying to launch more by the end of this year to offer coverage in North America, either late this year or early next year to start selling internet. Amazon doesn't have a timeline quite like that, but they are very serious and they're putting a lot of money behind this. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think of Amazon's home internet. Would you subscribe to internet from Amazon? Assuming, let's say, offer $200 down, no data cap, $50 a month. That's kind of par for a lot of fixed wireless providers. So let's say it's got similar performance to a fixed wireless service in rural America. Would you subscribe to that? Honestly, I think there's a lot of people who would jump on that because that's more than enough to stream Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, surf the web, and do all that. For many people, will be an aggressive price. Probably will also force cable and satellite competitors, DSL and more, to lower the price too, now that there's other competition between 5G, fixed wireless, fiber, now satellite-based internet that's a real feasible internet service. So let me know what you think. All right, let's kind of run through a bunch of other stories that we've covered earlier in the week that a lot of people have questions about. Number one, AT&T told Core Cars News that they have no plans to eliminate the grandfathered promotional rates right now for DIRECTV, now AT&T TV Now customers. These are the promotional rates for like the Go Big plan, the customers who are getting substantial discounts. There was a lot of worry recently because AT&T for months now has been sending out emails notifying these subscribers that their promo rates are going away. They've also been sending out notifications through like the AT&T My app where it was telling people that the promotional rates were coming to an end. AT&T's made it very clear that these Go Big plans are promotional rates that can go away. They just don't intend to do it now. So a lot of people are saying, will they do it? Could they? Yeah, I think AT&T has the ability. They probably wrote enough. They have their lawyers that are very good who write these contracts, these terms of service. Guarantee you there's some type of clause there to get them out of it. But for now, they're saying they're not going to. I would really caution people about the doom and gloomness of this. Now, could they? Yeah, they could. Could Netflix be $5,000 tomorrow? Yeah, Netflix could do it. Doesn't mean they will. We could sit here and worry and worry and worry about could, should, would, what's going to happen, and more. Don't worry about that. If it happens, Core Cars News will tell you. If it doesn't happen, just keep going, living your life, enjoying the service. If you like DIRECTV now call it AT&T TV Now, enjoy it. But for now, AT&T says the promotional rate, they have no plans to cancel it. So I hope that answers everybody's question they've been sending us. If you get more of these emails saying, hey, oh, your promotional rate's being canceled, let us know, but take it with a grain of salt. Why AT&T keeps informing grandfathered customers that their promotional rates are ending, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But AT&T always just says the same thing. We're investigating why those emails went out. So let me know what you think. Take it all with a grain of salt. And don't worry. If you're happy with it, DIRECTV now AT&T TV Now, keep going. Don't worry about it. All right, next story up of the day. The Hub, which is a research group, released their annual survey of American TV viewing habits. According to this survey, for the very first time, streaming and traditional TV, so the cable, satellite, etc., versus PlayStation Vue, Hulu, Netflix, etc., are statistically tied, with 45% of Americans saying they primarily get their TV from streaming versus a traditional cable network. Now that means many Americans who have cable primarily use these streaming services, and then cable is a secondary one. Now, cable and everything is still slightly higher. This is within the error margin, or margin of error, I should say. But it's very interesting. This is a substantial jump for streaming and a drop for traditional pay TV. So I'd love to know, when you were a cable subscriber at the end, or if you still are, were you streaming more than watching traditional cable TV at the end? Were you finding yourself saying, hey, yeah, I'm watching mostly Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, etc.? One of the reasons my wife and I canceled cable was we were watching things streaming on Netflix, Amazon, and then we were going to the DVR, and lastly was live TV. So we quickly realized that this just doesn't make sense to us to pay for this. I'd love to know your experience if yours was like ours. And could this be a sign of a flood of new cord cutters coming? People who are saying Netflix is where I get primarily my TV, or YouTube TV, etc., versus cable, and which makes that very high cable bill look even less appealing, knowing that it's a smaller percentage of what I watch than what it used to be. All right, so let's know. The other question, or other story that got a lot of questions this week, is about Roku rolling out a new user interface for stock Roku channels. So a lot of people ask, does this mean the home screen? No, this is about the channels on Roku. A lot of these channels use pre-created user interfaces. So Roku has these templates that channel creators can grab, stick their content in, put their logo on, and go. Now that has left many people, now many of these older ones were very old. One of the very first ones was just a row of channels. If you've owned a Roku for a long time, you probably remember opening a Roku and seeing a row of channels, and that's it. Just a row of icons here. Now Roku's updating these to make them much more beautiful, much more compatible, so that the default channels, these channels who use Roku's user interface, will look nice. Now many of them, like Netflix, have their own. Their programmers created theirs from scratch. But actually some of the bigger ones, like Freeform from Disney, uses the Roku user interface. It's just a generic user interface on it. So no, the Roku user interface won't change. And no, you don't need to buy a new Roku. A lot of people are asking, do I need a new Roku to use this? No, your existing Roku will be able to access the current and updated Roku channels. So just Roku's just making things look a little bit more beautiful, making it a little bit easier for people to create Roku channels that look beautiful, are functional, but don't take a ton of money to create. So hopefully that means more great content to come. All right, let me know, what do you think of the new pictures? I have linked to them down below if you want to look at what the new Roku channels will look like. Let me know what you think. All right, next story up of the day. AT&T CEO of Communications, which oversees AT&T TV, DIRECTV, AT&T TV Now, Uverse, etc., is retiring. This raised a lot of questions. Is he being forced out? Is this a admission that he's, oh, he did a bad job, we got rid of him? I don't think so, but the time of him moving definitely is strange. AT&T TV is just beginning its rollout. HBO Max is not live yet. So much is happening. It feels like he's leaving right in the middle of a massive change within AT&T, a massive change that he had a big part in putting into place. He took over this as CEO of this area in 2017 or 18. So about the time where changes and priorities at AT&T happened. He was not part of the initial launch of DIRECTV Now, at least not as CEO. He's been with AT&T for a long time, so he probably had part to do with it. But this is a massive change at AT&T. This is a fundamental shift that could happen. Will it happen? Your guess is as good as mine. I know a lot of people are running around very excited about what this means about the future of AT&T TV and AT&T TV Now. I would pump the brakes, folks. Just remember, it doesn't necessarily mean anything's happening. But it does mean that there will be a new head of the department. With new heads, there's always something different. So it'll be very interesting to see who that new person is, what their background is, and what they do with AT&T's TV services now. So let me know, what would you like to see from a new AT&T CEO? What changes would you like them to make? Leave us a comment, let us know. All right, last story up of the day, just a quick reminder, the hurricane coverage is coming. There's a lot of ways to watch it. We have Haystack TV offering free coverage of the hurricane headed towards Florida. NewsOn has free live coverage from local TV stations. The Weather Channel more. So we'll put some guides in the show notes down below. Make sure to be safe if you're in Florida. Please, please be safe. Check out those guides on how to stay informed. Make sure you're following the instructions. If they say evacuate, please evacuate. Please be safe. So I hope that answers everybody's questions. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep an eye next month. After Labor Day is when we start learning a lot about new product launches. It'll be interesting to see what we get. And it'll be interesting to see what Apple announces. So Apple is maybe going to be the first one out the door at September 10th. They've announced a press event for new iPhones, iPads, and MacBook Pros according to rumors. We know it's an event. They haven't confirmed for what. Maybe we'll learn more about Apple TV Plus. Keep an eye. September is often the kickoff of a busy news season. So follow us over at corecarsnews.com to make sure you don't miss any of our latest news, videos, and more. Also, real quick, thank you so much to everybody who watches these videos. We really appreciate it. We have big plans in the works. We'll be making some announcements next week. So hang tight. I appreciate your support. Check back tomorrow for more cord cutting videos. And no cord cutting today on Monday because it's Labor Day. We'll be back on Tuesday. Thanks, everybody. Take care. I will see you Tuesday for the cord cutting today and Sunday for our typical YouTube video. Take care, everybody.